Hello, welcome back to the floor of my bedroom. You read the title. Today we're going to be choosing our November TBR using our prompt jar. I have not touched this since the last time we did a TBR prompt jar, and that was back in April. I did take out all of the prompts that we used last time, so these are all the ones that didn't get picked, but it's just been sitting here waiting, watching me film other videos in the meantime, but we're finally back at it. And the little caveat that I'm going to add this time is I'm only going to be choosing 4 because set realistic goals for yourself. But I want to do this. I want to have fun, exciting things on my radar. I've been mood reading a lot lately, and I want to have like a set list of things that I can kind of anticipate. I'm excited to do this, but I want to give myself the best chance that I can at actually completing this TBR. So 4 picks today. So let's get started with our first choice. I'm excited and also nervous, and I don't know why. A book that matches my outfit. So I'm still wearing pajama pants. So, okay, yeah, there's a couple different colors that we could go about here. It's frigid outside today. I had to shut the window because the wind is so crazy whipping through the buildings right now that it is so loud. I'm sure you'll hear it rattle the windows at some point. With that being said, it's fuzzy. Let me adjust the heel. That was embarrassing. It is fuzzy sock season. So we have blue socks. As you just saw a little snippet of the not real pants that I really didn't think were gonna be in the frame. But we've got red, and then we have brown and black here. So what the hell does that even give us? So I don't have a TBR cart as I didn't last time, which is funny because I have this IKEA cart, which is what every person uses for their TBR cart, but I just have so many unread books on my shelf. This would look entirely too bare if I moved them all to here, and then they probably all wouldn't fit on here because I do obviously use this for some other things as well. I did move like a bunch of acting, like Uta Hagen, Harold Guskin textbook type things over here. All that to say, we're looking at this main shelf, although I do have we did get a second bookshelf, and that is in the hallway. Okay, let me look here first, and then if I can't find anything good, we'll venture into the hallway. Okay, I think we found our picks that could work for this prompt, and I'm going to explain them. So first we have The Women by Kristen Hanna, matches the red pants, and also I feel like this gold gives brown vibes. So I feel like it's a good mixture of top and bottom apparel that we're sporting here. I have said that I was gonna read this for a very long time. It is kind of large, which scares me a little bit, but we did decrease the number of picks that we're gonna have for this month anyway. This is also so dearly loved and so dusty. Oh my god. Okay, the second pick that I'm deciding between is Her One Regret by Donna Freitas. I just got this as a part of my book of the month. This is all red too, which feels a little weird because I'm not wearing that much red other than the pants, but there's blue on the cover to tie in the blue socks. So I feel, and you could be persuaded that that's just a lighter shade of brown. This one is a very recent addition to the TBR, but I'm really intrigued about it. It's basically about a woman. She goes missing one day and her baby is found alone in a parking lot by itself, and her best friend is like trying to figure out what happened to her, but she knows a secret that her friend, what is her name? Lucy Mendoza, she regretted becoming a mother so much that she'd fantasized about faking her own kidnapping. Her friend is trying to theorize, like, did something bad actually happen to her? Did she set this up and literally tried to just abandon her life because she was so unhappy? So this deals a lot with motherhood and how not everyone is meant to be a mother. A moving depiction of the realities of motherhood and a rich exploration of a subject our culture and society have rendered nearly verboten. The possibility that for some women, motherhood is an unfixable mistake. Definitely isn't totally matching the outfit, but I feel like I'm interested. And then the other pick that we have that's black and blue, and again, you could convince me that's just a lighter shade of brown, is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which has been my TBR for probably 2.5 years now. Seems a little shorter, a little bit more digestible, and also it is a fantasy, which I deem perfect for the fall time because who doesn't want whimsy when they're stuck inside and it's freezing outside? Also, I believe this gives academia vibes as well because they're both like journalists or something that write letters to each other. She writes letters. Okay, Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them beneath her wardrobe door where they vanish into the hands of Roman Kit, her cold and handsome rival at the paper. When he anonymously writes Iris back, the two of them forge a connection that will follow Iris all the way to the front lines of battle for her brother, the fate of mankind, and love. I've heard nothing but good things about this duology, so it's kind of like, maybe I should just pick it up. So these are my options. The book that we're gonna go with that best represents my outfit, in my opinion, and also best fits the vibe of the books that I want to read during this time of year, we're gonna go with Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I have just been wanting to get into my fantasy grind lately. I just finished Crimson Moth. Not Crimson Moth, I always call it Crimson Moth. It's called Heartless Hunter, that's what it's called. I just read that book, and that was like YA romantasy enemies to lovers vibe, and I think this one's also YA romantasy enemies to lovers. I just want the whimsy. Bring me all the whimsy. Okay, next prompt. Let's go. Yay, prompt number 2 is, I just grabbed multiple. A book that's been turned into a movie. Funny enough, my boyfriend has been obsessed with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein and actually just took me to see it the other day as well. He was so obsessed after watching it that he immediately ran to Barnes and bought Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So I feel like that could be a fun vibe. It's not on my TBR at all, but it's a new book that's entered the household, so I feel like I have free reign to like get my grubby paws all over. That sounds kind of fun. So I feel like I'm gonna keep that on my radar, but let me see what I have on the shelf here. Ooh, okay. I could finally get through Sunrise on the Reaping because this is being made into a movie. I only got 55 pages in the first time I read it, but I was in such a bad slump when I picked it up that I was like, I don't want that to skew my overall thoughts and opinions on the book because so many people have been obsessed with this year. So I just soft DNF'd it all together. This is being made into a movie, but at this point in my life, you could not pay me to pick this up. I hated Summer in the City. I DNF'd it actually. That just goes to show ya. So probably not that one. Okay, first we're gonna put on there Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, because again, just seems very timely. I probably wouldn't read it any other time, but now there's a lot of buzz about the movie, and there's also a documentary on Netflix about the making of Frankenstein, which was so fascinating to watch. My God, Guillermo del Toro is like a genius, a living, breathing genius. We're gonna add Poor Things by Alistair Gray. I got this about a year ago when the movie came out, and loved the movie. I love Emma Stone. And then I also have Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. The interesting thing about this is that this is actually a banned book. The show that I'm currently doing is about banned books and censorship around literature, so I feel like I need to officially read this to just be more informed about the type of books that are being banned today, because you should read banned books. They are important, and reading is important and political. And I've seen the movie, love the movie. Logan Lerman, I love you. I think we're gonna go with Perks of Being a Wallflower, actually. It sounds very enticing, specifically because we have it in our performance space. I need to read more banned books. I've read a couple of the ones that have been since moved to the list, like Hunger Games is on there, Kite Runner is on there, To Kill a Mockingbird, so many things. You should look up for yourself a list of all the banned books if you are curious, because some of them are just fascinating. The reasons why they're being censored and trying to be pulled from shelves and not taught to the public, especially in schools, are crazy. So definitely read as many banned books as you can, get familiar with that list, but this one is something I know for sure that is on there, and just also feels very timely for the show that we're doing and where I'm at in my life. Alrighty, our second to last pick, the third pick for this video, is going to be two-word title. Two-word title. I feel like that should be an easy pick, but a lot of books have more than 2 words. Well, funny enough, actually, The Women and Poor Things are 2 great picks if we just want to throw those back in the running. Oh my God, is this finally the year that I read You Again? Be honest. I don't think so. It's a contender. You Again is up there. Ugh, I want things like The Bridge Kingdom to count because I wanted to just be Bridge Kingdom, but it's The Bridge Kingdom. Oh my God. I hesitate to say this because I was literally put through the ringer this year reading Iron Flame, but Onyx Storm is 2 words. Okay, I don't know. A part of me is like really interested in reading this. As much as Violet and Xaden piss me off in Iron Flame, I am addicted to them. I am. I don't care if this is not the best literature that's ever been put out into the world. Like, it's fun. It's fun. I've never read a world about dragons, being like a college student that has dragons and magic and all of the things. It's really fun to read about. But so we can add this as one of the ones that I'm thinking about for this 2-word title. Okay, so we've got that. We've got You Again that I don't want to pull out of this pile. We've got Blue Sisters by Coco Mellers. We've got Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I sadly think that another fall has come and gone, and with it, my interest to read You Again by Kay Goldbeck. I think I'm gonna say something so unexpected and wild that is literally not that unexpected or wild, and you literally don't care, and I'm being dramatic, but I think I maybe gonna do Onyx Storm, right? I don't know. Blue Sisters seems depressing, and I feel like the air of depressing winter weather outside would match the emotional turmoil of that book. And honestly, if it was a 1-word title and not a 2-word title, I probably would have just chosen Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, because that one also gives me like seasonal depression vibes. Foolishly, I want to say Onyx Storm. It's not a Christmas book. It's not screaming December to me, but it is screaming like winter, cold, frozen, dragon college vibes. I don't know. Okay, sue me. I think I'm gonna choose Onyx Storm. Okay, fine. Will I read it? I don't know, but am I choosing it? Yes. Okay, let's get into our very last pick for our November TBR. It is going to be next book in a series. Okay. Ooh, now wait a minute. We could just use Onyx Storm as the next book in a series and then choose Dark Matter as our 2-word title. Okay. This kind of works, because hear me out. If we are exclusively going off of books that are on my fall TBR, I don't have Rebel Witch. I could use Rebel Witch as the 2nd book in the Crimson Moth duology, in the final book in that series. Like I said, I just read Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli, but I just don't own the 2nd book. So if we're going off of physical TBR alone, the next book in the series that I do have is Onyx Storm. I feel like I don't have that many series. I have a lot lot of first books. I do own Legendary by Stephanie Garber, but it's been so long since I've read Caraval that I don't really feel like I want to get into Legendary right now. It's definitely more of a sequel. I would need to be back in the world to understand anything that's going on with it, and I just don't feel like doing that or doing any type of refresher on Caraval right now. This really is the only book that I own currently that I haven't read that's a part of a series where I have already started the first book, because I will say I own right here in this little box set that I never took out of the packaging is the Six of Crows duology, but I haven't read Six of Crows. So technically I own Crooked Kingdom, but I obviously haven't read the first. Usually I just buy the first books of things, and then if I hate them, I never buy the second book. But this one, I foolishly was like, it's out, give it to me. Especially these sprayed edges. What do you know about that? We're gonna move Onyx Storm to the second book in a series, or next book in a series, and then we're going to add Dark Matter by Blake Crouch as the prompt for a book with a 2-word title. These are the official list of books that we have for our November TBR. I feel excited that I have 2 fantasy because I wanted to get to more fantasy this year, and that's checking that off. Dark Matter is relatively short looking at least, and it seems like it'll be a very bingeable book because it's very trippy and twisty and mystery filled and all the things that I've heard. And then this feels so timely that I'm actually incredibly excited, and I can't believe I didn't have this on my radar sooner. Thank you so much for coming back to watch a new video. If you're new here, welcome, stay a while, get cozy. Hopefully these will be featured in some type of a reading vlog for this month, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.